Yeah. So that chappie does actually have an SIA back licence on him, on his coat. But being approached now from the right, I think. Oh yeah.
Can you stop recording, please, so I can have a discussion with you?
Why can't you have a discussion with me while I'm recording?
Because you're not allowed to record on our premises.
What's your name? Jamie?
So my name's Jamie, I'm
nice
the Senior Ops Manager for Amazon Logistics in the Southwest.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Can I just inquire what you're up to?
Just making a little video around the area, to be honest.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that on our property, so if you could do it from off our property.
Is that against the law, is it?
It's not, yes, it's not allowed for us to be, for you to be filming on.
Is that against the law or is that a policy?
It's be our policy, yes.
Do I work for you?
No.
Do I sign up to your policies?
No, but I would encourage you, if you could not, I'll report it up in terms of civil authorities if you continue to...
Okay, that's fine. There's not a lot they can do about it either.
Yeah, but if you could not walk around anywhere and record any of our buildings...
But there's a public reception there.
You need permission to record people. It's a GDPR requirement, so
GDPR.
I don't give you permission to utilise...
You know do you know who GDPR applies to?
Pretty much everybody.
Organisations?
Yeah.
I'm not an organisation, I'm a person.
Okay.
It doesn't apply to me.
Well, I'll leave you with our security team.
Go for it.
And so they just need to know you're not allowed... You're trespassing currently on our property.
Cool. So where's your property line end? Begin, sorry.
Up against this, if you can just stay to the end.
So when the bricking starts, yes, that's your property?
If you stand on that path on the other side, you're good to go.
Okay, cool. Alright, well, as soon as I've been asked to leave, I will leave.
That's really kind of you, thank you.
But obviously, trespassing is a civil matter. Until I've been asked to leave your property, then it's not trespassing.
No, so
but now you've asked, I will leave, that's
really
fine. But again, I will still be recording from the public footpath.
Yeah, of course you can do that.
But yeah, it's...
Is there anything I can help you with at all?
No, not at all. It's literally just coming past. It's like a really big site. I didn't know it was out here. So is this for the whole of South West, this depot?
No,
or is
this is just for this sort of extra area.
Just for the extra area, is
so
it?
We have multiple sites across the region. This
Okay.
is one of them.
There you go, interesting, yeah. I just go around all sorts of places making videos and other things that I find interesting, really. Yeah, that's fine, not a problem. If you want me to leave, I'll go stand over there.
Yes, if you could, more than happy if you to record just off the premises.
Yeah,
no problem.
Alright, no worries. Cheers, Jamie.
Thanks very much.
Before anyone starts shouting GDPR, calling the police, or demanding cameras be turned off, let's be clear about what this video actually is, because it's not trespass, it's not harassment, and it's not illegal surveillance. What you're watching is a perfect storm of corporate misunderstanding, misplaced confidence, and a legal buzzword being thrown around by people who don't fully understand what it means that we're at a major logistics facility. A member of the public is calmly filming. No aggression. No obstruction. No refusal to leave once asked. Yet within seconds, the situation escalates to accusations of unlawful recording, GDPR violations, and even threats of police involvement. Here's the twist: the very people claiming privacy breaches will later be exposed, leaving sensitive information visible to the public. And that contradiction, between what they fear and what they actually allow, is the heart of this encounter. Watch closely how policy is confused with law, how authority is assumed rather than asserted, and how calm knowledge consistently deflates confident misinformation.
It's a sort of back of house sort of area. Keep in mind, everywhere I've walked so far, there's not been any signage saying no pedestrian access, no unauthorised access, or anything like that. But yeah, those computer screens there should not be on display. You alright? Yeah, I just noticed as I'm walking around, all your computer screens in the office there, they're all facing the window. That's quite a breach of GDPR. Obviously, I don't know what you record on the computer, so if there's any personal information on those screens, obviously that's a huge breach of GDPR.
Are you recording?
I am at the moment, yeah.
You do have to ask for my permission if you want to record me.
Of course I don't.
Okay? Yes, you do have to. Under the Data Protection Act, you have to ask for my permission.
Do you know who that applies
Okay?
to?
Yes, I do.
Who does that apply to? Organisations.
This is an organisation.
Yeah, but I'm not.
I work for data protection.
Yeah.
You are not allowed to record
But
without my
I'm
permission.
recording from a public place. So that's Karen there from Eon. protected by Eon, by Karen from Eon. So I saw her telling a couple of other people that I was here. Again, keep in mind that not a single person has actually asked me to leave. My lens just got a bit of rain on it, I think. Bear with me, guys. Whoop. So I cleared it up a bit, there we go. Yeah, so that door down there is wide open. I just told him that, you know, obviously I can walk right in that door. But so yeah, they're going to call 999 for a man with a camera. So have a wander around here, see what Karen's blinds. Have you got blinds? Pardon? Yeah, no, certainly haven't got blinds or anything. But that's it. Karen don't want to use her computer while I'm here. Hey, there we go. Somebody went down and closed that door down there, which is good. If anything, what I've done here today is alerted them to a security breach. I could have been anybody with nefarious intent. I could have just walked straight into that building and done anything, all sorts.
Confusion sets in almost immediately. The manager asks for recording to stop, not because a law has been cited, but because policy says so. And that distinction matters. Company policy governs employees and private space. It does not override public rights or automatically criminalize filming. Notice how the filmer doesn't argue emotionally. Instead, he asks a simple, devastating question, asterisk, is that against the law, or is that a policy? Asterisk, that question exposes the entire weakness of the objection. When someone relies on policy instead of statute, enforcement power disappears. And when enforcement disappears, escalation usually takes its place. This is no longer about legality, it's about asserting control over a situation where control doesn't exist.
Okay, so obviously my question,
Yeah, just move out the road, shall we?
privy to the conversation that they just had, because they're about you, to be honest.
That's cool.
What's going on today?
I was just around the area doing a little recording out in public. Went down to Amazon and walk around the site up there. It was a business park site. Noticed the Eon site here, had a walk around, went down to the Exeter North Airport bit down there. Had a walk around, noticed they had, as I was walking up just over there, they had one of their doors wedged open. So I was going to go up to the reception to tell them that it was open. Obviously a security risk for them. Because I noticed it on the way down to the airport bit. Yeah. On the way back up it was still open, so I thought I'd let them know. So the door was locked, so I was going to go around, knock on their window and let them know. Yeah. As I go around there, obviously they were on the screens and that, they saw me, came to the door, and said to them, just noticed while they're there, obviously they're breaching GDPR because their computer screens are all facing the window for a publicly accessible point, which is a breach of GDPR on their part. As soon as I mentioned that, she just got funny and said, you can't record, you have permission to record me, and all that. And I said, you know, I don't need the permission to record you.
So in a public place you don't?
No, exactly.
In a private place, which that is private place.
Yeah, if I were...
With a conditional access.
No, that's it. Yeah, but...
if they've asked you to leave and stop recording...
But the thing is, nobody not once has asked me to leave.
Okay, that's what you're going to say then.
Yeah, I mean, it's all recorded.
If they have asked you to leave and you're
yeah.
not left and carrying on recording, then actually
Yeah, that's civil trespass.
Yeah,
But it doesn't mean I can't record.
If it steps into the realm of like aggravated trespass and things like that, ultimately, I just want to make sure that there's not any issues down here.
Yeah, no.
They've decided to call us.
Yeah.
At some point, I think.
Yeah,
I'm not saying what has or hasn't happened, but somebody said they might have felt intimidated by your presence.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I can say I feel intimidated by yours, you know. You know what I mean.
No, I totally get what you're saying. If you're in a private premises and somebody else feels intimidated and as a result of their lawful activities, regardless of what you can say about GDPR and things like that, if lawful activities are being disturbed,
well, it's not lawful. Yeah, as I say, it's not lawful if they're breaching GDPR, is it? But
aggravated trespass.
but I'm not stopping.
Here it comes, GDPR. Possibly the most misunderstood piece of legislation in modern Britain. GDPR applies to organizations processing personal data in structured ways. It does not prohibit casual filming in public. It does not require consent to record people in public spaces. And it certainly doesn't grant individuals the power to veto being filmed. Watch how GDPR is used here not as law, but as a shield, something vague enough to sound authoritative without being specific. The filmer calmly pushes back, correctly identifying that GDPR obligations fall on organizations, not private individuals recording from public space. This moment matters because misinformation spreads fastest when delivered confidently. And without pushback, this kind of misunderstanding becomes institutional belief.
I just looked at me and said no, and I saw them pick up the phone, so I knew they were going to call me. So I just stood there and waited for you guys, because if they're going to waste your time bringing you out here, I don't want your time further wasted searching around the area for me. So I'll wait around and deal with it. Yeah, I just do videos for YouTube,
Out of sheer interest, I can see if I know.
Power to the Prolis area. Let's get some badge numbers for you. So you got 7220-8201. You're based at Exeter Police Station here.
We're from Honiton.
Oh, you're Honiton Police Station.
Well.
Oh, I'm a Honiton boy, born and raised.
My suggestion, my friend, is obviously I'm asking you to leave the area. This is obviously going to be private land. There's conditional access the public have. I would suggest they've now withdrawn that access.
They haven't told me that.
Okay. We can find that if we need to. I'm going to ask you to leave the area.
You can't ask me to leave the area. Unless there's a dispersal order in place.
If they've then withdrawn your permission to be here,
but they need to inform me of that, don't they? You're not a person of their business. They need to inform that.
If they've asked me to basically say that you're not.
Yeah, but they haven't told you that yet, have they? So you can't ask me to leave until such a time. Exactly. So
ultimately, mate, I totally get why you do the things that you do. Sometimes you do get certain officers that are dicks and don't do things that they should be doing. I'm not here to give you a hard time.
Cool. But I said, that's fine. If you find out they don't want me on their property,
do you want to just square that away, my friend? And
find out. Can you ask them where their property line is as well, please?
Sorry?
Their property line. Because obviously this road might be a private road, but obviously you got the Exeter Airport. Exactly, we got the Exeter Airport down there, so I don't know if they own it, or if it's public.
Then wouldn't get into the territory of is whether or not, even if you do remain in a public area, if your behaviour causes them harassment, alarm and distress, whether or not we then look at public order act offences. I don't want to really go down that route. I know.
To be fair, I know in the back of my hand what constitutes public order offence.
Change is a textbook explanation of trespass law, and it's handled perfectly. Trespass in the UK is a civil matter. It only occurs after someone is asked to leave private land and refuses. Until then, it's not trespass. Notice how the filmer immediately agrees to leave once asked. No resistance. No posturing. No confrontation. That instantly neutralizes any claim of wrongdoing. What's left is control, not compliance. And when compliance is given freely, escalation loses its justification. This moment quietly dismantles the entire narrative that the filmer is causing disruption.
So I was literally stood there doing a pan of the building, doing an outro to the video, and then you guys pulled up. So once you guys are gone, I'll probably stand where I'll stand.
I ask you to give me your name and details. You're going to say.
No, I'm not. No. But
obviously, if it gets to the stage where I suspect you might be committing offences, and I ask you, you do need to give me them.
If you arrest me for it, under suspicion.
Yeah, so
if you detain me, I don't have to. If you arrest me under suspicion, I have to.
If I suspect you of an offence, okay, and you refuse to give me your details, that would then give me a necessity to arrest you. If you give me your details, actually the offence can be dealt with separately without an arrest. That's how.
No. Under the law, you have to be. But once you're arrested, you're obligated to give your details. But you can't arrest me because I refuse to give my details. There's one piece of legislation in the UK that says I have to if you suspect me of it.
Section 50.
Exactly. That's the only one I have to.
Like, from my perspective,
But,
to explain it how it would be functionally used.
Yeah.
If I suspect somebody's committed an offence, I need to deal with that offence potentially.
Yeah.
If I don't know who that person is, because they won't give me a name, address, details, or anything like that, I then really have no option other than to arrest that person.
Okay, so you take me in.
Section 24 of PACE basically.
Right.
It covers all of that. The reasons for arrest and the necessities.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get to that.
I suppose what it is, if I willingly give my details, and then you could be like, right, it's not an offence that I need to bring you into the station right now because I'm not causing any immediate harm. You can come and find me later.
Yeah. So refusing to give your details wouldn't be the offence. It would just then provide a necessity for the arrest.
For the arrest, to identify me at the station. Okay.
Because otherwise, how could I reasonably deal with it? You need to be in things like that where possible. Go to practice, so you should do that elsewhere other than an arrest if it's practicable and actually we don't need to arrest somebody.
I see where you're coming from with that, yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from with that.
I'm not here to argue with you. I know how the whole YouTube thing works. I find it quite interesting watching stuff.
Good.
Just out of interest, do you only upload the negative one?
No, I went to a police headquarters up in Cambridgeshire, did their headquarters and that, and I had a really, really positive interaction with PC Chris Hepworth. And I uploaded that, and I made a point to really highlight that video because, as much as we just show what we see really. Like, you guys have come out, you've been quite respectful. You know, you haven't tried to like. Yeah, exactly.
If it gets to the point where police officers doing things that they shouldn't.
Oh, the negative ones, yeah, they get more views, 100%. I went to the headquarters up here about 3 weeks ago in Exeter. Awful, absolutely awful.
I think there's a certain element of understanding. Like, you can understand from like a policeman's point of view. I'm not suggesting you're doing anything like this, but if you've got somebody that just wanders into a police area, headquarters, police station or whatever, I can understand why the officers are going to be a bit like, oh, hang on a minute, who are you and why are you here?
But the thing is, I don't know if you've been to the headquarters up in Exeter. So as you drive around sort of the back entrance sort of way, there's a sign, there's a blue circle one that's got a pedestrian and cycle footpath sign on it. So I just carried on walking up there. I'd already been stopped on the corner by a PC, had a bit of a conversation with her. I said, well, I'm just going to walk along pavements, I'm going to stick to publicly accessible areas. So I was walking up there, they got the barrier for the cars, it's controlled by security, that's it, yeah. But there's no barrier for the pavement or anything, there's no sign saying no unauthorised access or anything like that. So, you know, it's
I think that has now changed, isn't it? There's
well, 3 weeks ago there wasn't, because that's when I did it.
Yeah, well, possibly, you might have the cause of that.
Yeah, hopefully.
But there's no point in me coming here doing things that I shouldn't do, being horrible to you,
no.
being ridiculous, when actually it just makes me look like a mug if I do that.
Well, yeah. It's not even that it makes you look like a mug, that's not even the main point. The main point is that the police shouldn't be acting like that, you know. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, I've got nothing against the police personally. Exactly that. Act within your powers, act reasonable.
Like the common law side of it that comes in.
Yeah.
Things are a little bit less obvious.
Yeah.
A little bit more grey.
Exactly. Until somebody's committed a crime or suspected of committed a crime, there's nothing the police can really do. You know, apart from liaise between.
I know that you guys do plenty of research yourself. You probably educate yourselves quite a lot.
Yeah.
If we then come across offences.
Yeah.
Like if these guys are saying they don't want you on their premises,
so it's got to be obstructing or disrupting. If I were constantly knocking on the window, harassing them and stopping them, but if I'm just stood outside waiting for you guys, then I'm not aggravated.
Alright, again, I wasn't here.
Yeah, no, of course. This is what this is the thing when they call the police, you get their side of it.
And we can help you get your side.
Yeah.
The truth tends to sit somewhere in the middle, doesn't it?
Well, the truth sits on the camera. That's why we record. Yeah, they got a fire truck and
surface. If they make allegations that your behaviour is causing intimidation and obstruction of their activities, you're refusing to leave. Obviously, we act on suspicion, don't we?
Yeah.
I can never say this has happened.
Sure. If it ever got to that point, I would opt to show you the footage on my camera before you decide to arrest me, take me in. I would say, look, how about I stop recording? I'd say that I'd ask you to put your camera on,
and the camera runs anyway. So
is it on? Is it?
Yeah, it's been on. I did tell you earlier on in the
I was going to say I didn't hear you say that you turned it on.
So
but
yeah, it is what it is. But at the same time,
But yeah, if it
I
got...
can understand it from their point of view as just like normal work.
Yeah.
They don't really want a stranger outside filming them.
No, literally, like...
That you can or can't.
The same staff loudly warning about GDPR suddenly have computer screens visible to the public, screens that could contain personal or sensitive information that's not hypothetical risk. That's an actual data exposure. GDPR isn't about cameras, it's about safeguarding information. And leaving screens facing public windows is far more problematic than someone filming a building exterior. The irony is impossible to miss. Privacy is being invoked aggressively, while genuine privacy protections are being ignored.